Hi everyone, I hope everything is good. Welcome to this new video. Today we are looking to the midfielders of the K League 1. So as usual we will start with Jeonbuk. We'll do maybe a deeper analysis for the top 3 teams, Jeonbuk, Ulsan and Seoul, and we'll go faster for the remaining teams. Here we can see that about our midfielders, Young-Jun Choi is our main starter. He's defensive midfielder. He played 6 or 4 minutes this season, so he played all games in the beginning of the season. Bo-Kyung Kim is also interesting. He also played a lot of minutes. I think he's the playmaker of this season in Jeonbuk. And do we have someone else interesting? Maybe Modu Baro, who is a new player. He came from Reading FC in Championship, I guess. And he looks like he has a lot of playing time. So we look for these 3 players. We'll see how they are scoring and if they are really reliable. So Modu Boro is a new arrival. He played all games except one since the beginning of the season. It looks like he's a starter. He doesn't have a lot of injuries, so this is a good news. We can have a look to his past season if he was also a starter when he was playing for Reading FC. So here he was playing in Super League in Turkey and he was a starter and never missed a game except one for a red card and one where I guess he was rested, but that's it. And this season championship, yeah, he missed some games, but I think he's reliable. He looks good. He's not that old. Even if he is a foreigner, I think we can rely on him maybe for 2 or 3 seasons. I don't know. They don't give information about his contract, but I think maybe they sign a 2 years contract or something like that. About Bo-Kyung Kim, yeah, Bo-Kyung Kim, I think is a playmaker. Yeah, he was a starter 2, 3, 4, 5 games out of 8, and he has a lot of injuries. Not a lot. It was 5 years ago, he missed 4 games. 9 years ago, he missed 6 games when he was playing for Ceres Osaka. And now, last season, he only missed 2 games. So yeah, I think it's a good player, reliable. Don't miss a lot of games. He was captain, and I guess he will be the replacement since the MVP, yeah, Son Jun-ho, was transferred to China. Now Yoon-Jung Choi, yeah, he played all games. He was captain once. What about before? He was captain of Pong Steelers. I guess they loaned him because they say he is returning. He was loaned last season to Pong Steelers. Now he's back. No injury reported. So yeah, good player. Looks like he's reliable. So I think to him he looks interesting. So we have Choi Young-jun, Modu Baro and Kim Bo-kyung. So Choi Young-jun looks good. 56 as scoring. We want a bit more, like 60, but start to be interesting from 55. He missed only a few games. Doesn't look like they rotate a lot in Jeonbuk. So I think he's a good option. His price is around 0.14 currently, even cheaper 0.11. So for this price, I think it's a good player. Modu Baro is a bit cheaper. You can find him between 0.06 and 0.1. However, his scoring is maybe too low and not consistent. It's usually around 40, and sometimes he did very high scoring, but before or after he do low scoring, so I don't think it is that good. I guess he's a winger, so this is why his scoring is not consistent, and he got mainly scoring from decisive scores. So he's 88, I guess, yeah, because he did 60. And about Kim Bo-kyung, I was expecting his score to be maybe higher because I thought he was a playmaker, but it doesn't look like. His score is so 52. I guess his top scores are only made with decisive scores, so like here or like here. I will prefer, even if he's a bit cheaper, I will definitely prefer a Choi Young-jun for 55. Did not miss a lot of games, his scoring a lot more consistent, and he do a lot of all-around score. So maybe he's more the playmaker now this season, but yeah, I prefer him out of Modu Baro or Kim Bo-kyung. Now we can have a look to Ulsan midfielders. So this season, it looks like Bidgaram Yoon has played all the game. Also Do Ja-won, Dong Jun Lee, and In Seong Kim. I think they are the 4 main midfielders, and they rotate sometimes with Young Min Shin, who play 371 minutes. But we look to these 4 players. So first, Bidgaram Yoon. He played all the games since the beginning of this season. What about before? Yeah, it looks like very reliable. I guess we'll not see many injuries, only calf injury, he missed 9 days, so it looks good. I have nothing bad here to say that I will not go for him. He's definitely a good option. Yeah, he was playing for the military club before, and also for Jeju. So yeah, Bitgaram looks good. Duja 1, okay, he's the captain this season. He was benched 1 game, and last season 3 games. But yeah, that's the same. That's solid for Asia. However, he did his ligament injury in 17-18 season. This is a bad news, but as he's under 23, I think we can see if he's good scoring, and because he's the captain, I think we can rely on him. But be careful, he can be injured for long. Dongjun Lee is our third midfielder on the team. He looks like he's right winger. He played 4 games and 2 games as a central forward. Didn't start all the game, but almost all. Not a lot of injury, catch the COVID once. Yeah, he was playing for Busani Park last season, and he played all games and was just suspended on the last game of the season. So definitely good. He's 24 years old, so plenty of season to use him. He looks solid. I like him. In-Seung Kim, lot of trophies here, so this is a good news. 31 years old. He played almost full game. Just a small ankle injury here. He looks like he's participating a lot to the goals. So 4 goals, 5 assists in 19 games. So that's quite interesting for a midfielder. And yeah, he only missed 5 games due to his ankle injury. So I think he also is good. That's very surprising to see 4 good players who didn't have that much injuries. Only Duja 1 did his ligament and missed half a season. But otherwise, it is really solid. Can have a look to the scoring now to Sorare data. So we have Kim In-Seung and Dong Jung Lee. So Won-Do Jao with under 23 for 0.1, that's a good price. His scoring is so it's mainly coming from for all-around score, so that's a good news. I think it can be good for like below 0.08 or something like that. I think his scoring is maybe the lowest he can make, because if he starts to do decisive scores, his scoring will jump a lot. Yeah, he made only twice a decisive scores, but yeah, as soon as he made the decisive scores, his scoring starts to be really interesting. So I think it's interesting, but be careful. He had a long ligament injury, so I prefer to not take injured players, but if you like him, I think it's not too bad. Yoon Bitgaram looks very interesting. 61 as a L15, around 0.13 to 0.17. I think that's very good score this season. He looks like he made a very good scoring. This one was last season, but this one is this season, so yeah, he started with interesting scoring. I guess this one was a game where I didn't play full game, so this one he played 84 minutes and this one 59. But yeah, it looks good. I like what I see. 61 is very interesting. I recommend him, he's solid. Kim In-Seung, however, is not scoring, I guess because he played as a midfielder, mainly winger, but he's considered on Sorare as a forward, so I guess probably his low scoring come from this. Yeah, he didn't play, yeah, these 2 games played half, and also here. So when he played full games, his scoring is quite high this season. So I think it can be a good option, but I think we can find much better in Korea as a forward. There is a much better scorer. We can find player around 60, so I don't think he will be good enough to join a solid team. And to finish with Ulsan midfielders, Lee Dong-jun, price is around 0.07 to 0.1, and his scoring is quite low. Can have a look. However, when he plays full games, I guess he do a lot of decisives, so this is a good, but yeah, his scoring is too low. So I will definitely go for Yoon Bitgaram as a 61 scorer. It's very good. Now we'll have a look to FC Seoul. So FC Seoul has Song Ho-na, who played a lot of times. He scored 3 goals. He's a winger. We have Palosevic as an attacking midfielder, Osma as a defensive midfielder, and Song Yong-ki as a defensive midfielder. Song Ho-na joined Seoul this winter. He played all games since the beginning of the season. He only played half on the last, but the other one he played a full time, so this is a good news. Here also, last season he was available. He played almost full games and doesn't have a lot of injuries, so I think it's a good prospect. Palosevic now, he played a full game since this season. Last season he played all games except when he had an ankle injury. Okay, he missed only 7 games this summer, last summer due to his ankle injury, but that's not not a lot, I think, for 27 years old player, just one injury. I think we can rely on him. Osmar also. Yeah, Osmar, okay, is interesting. Osmar has more injuries. Last season it was terrible. Almost half of the season was not available because of his injuries. And before, yes, he missed a lot of games because of injuries. So I will not go for Osmar. And Sung Young Ki is the captain, and this season played all the games. Last season he had a bad injury. He's a very top scorer for Sorare, but very risky due to his injuries. So we have Ki Sung-young. He did 75 since the beginning of the season. We had Song Ona and Palosevic. So yeah, Ki Sung-young 75 as a L5. And yeah, since he came this season, it's very good. A lot of all-around score, decisive score, so very good. He has a strong level. However, it's risky because of his injuries. You can expect him maybe to miss half the game this season. At least last season, 21, he missed 25, 26 games. 19, 20, 12 games. 18, 19, 15 games. So like every season he missed like 15, 20 games. 16, 17, 20 games also. So that's too much. That's too much injuries. So yeah, I will not go for him. And about Palosevic. Palosevic is very good. L40, 62. His price is more expensive what we have seen before, around 0.25. But he's good. He's a good scorer. He missed some games. We have seen why, but I think we can go for him. He's good. Na Sang-ho, however, his scoring is very low. Yeah, I guess it will not be enough, so we can pass on him. Now we look to the other team. So Suwon Blue Wings, and we'll have a look if we see someone who do a very high scoring or interesting. So here we have Han Seong-jong and Ko Sung-bom. Han Seong-jong 55 as a L15 for around 0.1, around 0.09 and 0.1. Very consistent, but not a lot of green score. It's around 48, 51 as average. The good news about him is that he will not kill a team, because if you have a team with a player who do 35 scoring or below, he will kill the team and it will be hard to get a reward with the remaining players. However, a player like that, because he's consistent, you can expect him almost every game week a 50 score. So now Ko Sung-beom 56 as well, 15. Yeah, didn't miss a lot of games. His scoring can go up to 85. Here it's interesting. His scoring here as a 26 is not that good, but not too bad. I think yeah, it's an interesting player. We can have a look to Ko Sung-beom. So yeah, this season he played all the game except one. He had a tight problem last season, and he was not on the squad 2 seasons ago. Yeah, we don't know. We don't have any news, but I don't think this is a good news, because he was already playing for Seoul, but was benched a lot and the season before. So I am not sure about him. Maybe because he was young. He was 3 seasons ago. He was only 23. He started to have a starting spot only last season. It looks like now he is a starter, but yeah, be careful with him. I guess it was because he was young. He started to have his position now. For more than a season, he was a starter, so I think it's good now. So Ko Sung-bom, interesting. You can have him for 0.11. It's okay for a 56 player. Seongnam looks like they have only one good midfielder, Lee Gyu-seung. He's 26 years old. He played all the games this season, I think. His scoring looks good, almost always green or above 46. And when he do a decisive score, he reach 87, so he looks interesting. Okay, last season he missed some game. Yeah, before, when he was on the military, he only missed one because of yellow cards, and he was not on the squad for one game. No injuries. He's loaned by Ulsan, but yeah, his scoring is good. I think it's a good prospect. Lee Gyu-seung for 0.11, 1.1 for the super. I think, however, it's too much, I guess. When you can have the rare for 0.1, I will not put that much for the super rare. Gwangju next team. Gwangju. They play with 2 midfielders. It doesn't look like they have good midfielders. Who can pass Gwangju? Gangwon FC. Okay, Kim Yong-bin, Han Kuk-young, maybe also Go Mo-yul. So yeah, Han Kuk-young, it can be interesting. Jeju United. For Jeju, I think it's not good enough. Pohang Steelers. Pohang Steelers have Shin Jin-ho, who do very good score, 60 as the average for 0.15. So he's cheaper than the player we have seen at Ulsan or at Jeonbuk. So I think he's a good prospect. His scoring looks very interesting, 60. I see almost greens this season. I think probably one of the best ratio price scoring we have seen today. You can have a look to his playing, how he was playing last season. Okay, he was captain, he missed some games, but I guess if we can see that he didn't add a lot of injuries, I think he's the best option we have seen today. So he missed only 7 games last season, or 2 seasons ago when he was playing for Ulsan, but yeah, definitely a good choice. He's 32 years old, so be careful with his age, but I think he will play until 35 or 36. So you have time to resell him. But yeah, for this season, he looks interesting. He never miss a game on the last 15 games, 0-0-15. So yeah, I think it's the best option we have seen today. Inshan, Elias Aguiar looks good for 61 as a L15. Yeah, his score looks good. However, it's sometimes very high and sometimes very low. So it's a bit gamble here. However, his price, okay, now decreased. Before it was quite high, 0.23. Now we decreased to 0.18. I think it can be interesting. We can have a look to Transfermarkt. If he had bad injuries before. Yeah, he missed twice around 10 games on the season 14-15 and 15-16. Now it looks like he had one problem, and since that time he's good now. So I guess it's a good choice. Now Daegu doesn't look good. No interesting midfielders, and we'll finish with someone. Yeah, someone I see as a Kim Jeong-won, who is interesting. I think I bought his first card. I watched him play because I was interested about his unique, and I think he's a good player. He's new to the game. We don't have a lot of data about him because he was playing in K League, but he looks interesting. Yeah. We can have a look to Transfermarkt. Yeah, this season he played full games, and last season it was K League 2. Played a lot of games. He also played for South Korea under 22, 19 games, and I think he has no injuries reported. So I think he's an interesting prospect. Yeah, his score is quite low. We'll see. I saw some clip of him. I thought it was a good choice. So I recommend him for maybe 0.1. I think it can be a good option, even cheaper, 0.8. That's end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If this is the case, don't forget to share it to Andrew and to subscribe. More videos are coming. If you want to dig deeper to the game, learn more stuff, ask questions, you can join our Discord server. You will find a link on the description. If you want to join Sorare, you can use our link in the description. It will help the channel, and you will earn 1 rare card as soon as you buy 5 rare cards on the primary market. That's it for today. I wish you good luck, and until next time, take care.